Disclaimer. The following is a comedy. The views expressed in this show do not accurately represent those of the cast, crew, Hawk Studios, or anyone else involved. There was no attempt made at journalistic integrity, ethical reporting, or even basic fact-checking at any stage of this production. You will likely be less informed after watching this than you were before. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hang in there, Hawks. Reporting from Hawk Studios, I'm Elizabeth Adams. I sincerely hope it's March 11th, and we're back to doing what we do best, keeping the student body informed and up to date. New Paltz is a town with much to see. Beautiful mountains, hiking trails, historic Huguenot Street, the open-air Water Street Market. But good luck getting there. There's nowhere to park, and SUNY New Paltz is no exception. From residence halls to classrooms, faculty buildings, and lots exclusively for commuters, the sentiment is the same. Hey, where the hell am I supposed to park? Students are fed up with being late to class, navigating unsafe pathways, and of course, the tickets. And you're looking at the ticket queen. Here's our street correspondent, Elliot Toison, to tell you more.
Certainly, Liz. I'm here in the resident parking lot on Route 32, and as you can see, it's completely packed.
Choking, man. I try to park there every day. They blocked like a quarter of that thing. It's so messed up, man.
On top of the necessity of an $80 parking pass, students have to jump through many hoops lest they incur a $25 parking ticket fee. However, one student has decided to take advantage of this situation.
I'm Wesley Gamlin. I'm a freshman majoring in business and minoring in dropshipping. I have a success-oriented mindset. I see opportunities, I take them. Something a lot of normies never understand.
Wesley's been selling parking spaces ever since Ashokan Hall lost half its lot due to construction. And with the amount of parking on Route 32, this is a lucrative business.
Gotta pay a toll here. My parking spot. My first order of business, buying every piece of Hugo-related merchandise and selling at a markup. Profit is revenue minus cost. Write that down in the notebook. Write that down.
Well, my question to you is, what inspired you to do this in the first place?
Well, as you know, I am a business major. So, I want to make a little profit from my dining dollar debt. I love the food in this place so much, I'm in debt because of it. Have you ever heard the concept of supply and demand? I notice when people want supply, so I supply them with their demand. Profit is revenue minus cost. Write that down. Write that down. It seems like you're not writing this down. Why am I writing this down? The clock strikes 2:30. No, it's gonna be extra. Money went up. Money.
What do you mean?
So, how much have you made so far?
I have made 12 whole dining dollars. Enough to buy me Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I love the vanilla, just like Keanu Reeves. I'm like the Keanu Reeves of parking here. You gotta pay me for the spot.
But I have a midterm.
Don't care.
Fine. You take Venmo.
I take Zelle.
What the fuck is that?
Fascinating stuff. One has to wonder who would make parking more difficult and then exploit that for profit. Back to you, Liz.
Indeed, truly a worrying concept. Anyway, to pay your parking tickets, visit www.newpaltz.com/parking. But that's enough about New Paltz. What about the rest of the hellscape? In local news, this year marked the 20-year anniversary of same-sex wedding ceremonies being performed in New Paltz by former Mayor Jason West, who was arrested for this world-changing event. Who could blame him? It was 2004, maybe the gayest year of the 2000s. Massachusetts legalized same-sex marriage, Ronald Reagan died 4 days into Pride Month, Martha Stewart went to prison, and who could forget Shrek 2? The Masked Singer just premiered, season 11. Somehow, there's only one explanation: furries. The Oscars just passed this weekend with shockingly high security detail. Event organizers explained, saying their new policy was that anyone overheard making a Will Smith joke would be executed. For a limited time, Nickelodeon Universe is selling tickets for guests to be slimed, a progressive change from those who get paid to be slimed on. A police bus in Maine was discovered to have 60 pounds of marijuana plants on board. this marks the first time something mildly interesting has happened in Maine within at least 70 years. To Maine, we do this. Do better, be better, I hate you. In unrelated news, I could have smoked through that in like 3 days. Recently, Netflix announced its live-action adaptation of Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender. And fans have reservations. From the casting to the storytelling, there is plenty to comment on. Here today to discuss this controversial topic is media analyst Ellis Jablonski. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're more of an Avatar expert than me. Why are fans so on the fence about this adaptation?
Well, as you know, fans were disappointed by M. Night Shyamalan's film adaptation of the show back in 2010. Their biggest disappointment with the film was probably its disrespect to the source material, ruining things such as the main character, Aang, being pronounced Ong, to more serious concerns like whitewashing of the main cast after underperforming at the box office. The movie was panned by fans and critics alike.
Yes, most of us who have watched the series know the whole deal. A lot of nuance can be lost in the adaptation process. There are many issues that come with authentically adapting the story for a modern audience. But my biggest concern is, if the waterbenders can control water, why didn't they just make the firebenders shit themselves?
Excuse me?
Well, pertaining to the context of the remake, if the waterbenders can control water, why didn't they just have the firebenders shit their pants? See, in my biology class, I learned that not only is there water in pee, but it can also be found in poop. So, at the Battle of the Northern Water Tribe, why didn't all the benders just band together and have the Fire Nation just poop their pants? That would have saved them plenty of destruction. Aang wouldn't have gone into the Avatar state. Yue would still be alive. Well, in fact, why didn't they just do that in the first place?
Ma'am, I thought I was here to discuss the...
And what's the Fire Nation gonna do? Keep throwing fireballs anywhere? That's just gonna make the smell of shit even more unbearable. Honestly, it's just so embarrassing. And you know how those guys are all about honor. I think it was really a missed opportunity. Any opinions on that?
Did you invite me here to do a bit? Because that's not really cool.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us.
Ellis.
Ellis, it was a pleasure having this discussion with you. Well, that's it for this week. Remember to take deep breaths, give yourself space, and hang in there, Hawk.